Formula E heads back to China. Welcome to this video. This is my preview for the second edition of the Shanghai ePrix. And to start off, let's get into the schedule. I'll start off with local time and then I will carry across to UK time. In local time, for the first event, we'll start off on the 30th of May. At 4 PM on the 30th, you have FP1, 8 o'clock on the 31st, FP2, qualifying at 10:20 and the race at 3 PM. Then for the second one, on the 1st of June, 8 AM for FP3, 10:20 for qualifying, and again 3 PM for the race. Bringing that across to UK time, it's 9 o'clock on the 30th for FP1, 1 AM for FP2, 3:20 for the qualifying, and 8:05 for the race. And similarly, on the 1st of June, 1 AM for FP3, 3:20 for qualifying, 8:05 for the race. Now in terms of the circuit, it is at the Shanghai International Circuit, the one that hosts the Chinese Grand Prix, but they race on it with a twist. At turn 9, instead of doing the left and then the double left at 10, you go straight on. Then you go into a right, left, right flick, a bit like we saw at the start and the ends of the lap at Homestead, Miami for the Miami ePrix. And then you end up back on the pit straight. It's a shortened circuit, not the shortest circuit that you can have at Shanghai, but one of the shortest circuit combinations that you can have at the host circuit for the Chinese GP. And yeah, it being a double header means that we could see pit boost playing a factor again. Turning the clocks back 12 months, and in the first race it went the way of Jaguar, Mitch Evans winning from Pascal Wehrlein and Nick Cassidy, with the top 5 rounded out by Roland and Dennis. Whilst in race 2 it was Antonio Felix da Costa taking the win from Jake Hughes, Norman Nato, and then Cassidy and Evans. In fact, Roland did get in the top 10, but only just at the end of the race. But the second edition of the Shanghai ePrix, well, the second race of it, both of them I think ended up being affected by safety cars at different points. So whilst the second one seemed a little bit more chaotic, with Sam Bird having retired on lap 18 from collision damage, there was also a collision in the first one that took out Edo Mortara. It just so happens, however, that the first one was a lot closer together. The entire field spread out by 13 seconds. So we could see something happening that affects the race in the later stages, but we could also full well see something a bit like we've seen so far this season, where we are seemingly quite adverse to the safety car, though recent races have tried to buck that trend. Either way, it's hard to extrapolate year on year, and it's hard to actually make a prediction year on year when it comes to Formula E, because there have been so many changes in the running order. That Nissan of Roland, well, like I said, 4th and 10th last year, but he's absolutely dominated this year. We could see him up towards the higher end of the order. The ERTs that struggled last year for Seti Kamara and Dan Ticktum, now they're the Kiros with a year-old Porsche powertrain. Ticktum has been running great. David Beckman is still yet to show the same kind of potential that Dan Ticktum has been showing so far this year, but he could full well this time around. The Abt Cooper has moved out to the Mahindra powertrain. It's now the Lola Yamaha, whilst Mahindra's powertrain has improved markedly year on year as well. So we could full well see them get double points finishes in both the races. It is going to be so hard to predict, so I'm not going to make a prediction. All I'm going to say is expect the unexpected. Anyways, as always, those are my thoughts, those are my feelings. Let me know yours in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching and joining, folks, and I hope to see you on Sunday, where I can do a debrief for both of the races. Until then, it's bye for now.